I'm sorry you heard me sigh there. I'm almost out of ideas. I guess it's a little difficult to get that last segment, but I do want to do the full lesson, which is 9 or 10 segments, probably 9. And so we've covered the part that says that start cage from any string works on this. Okay, remember it goes up and forth except C goes to E for some reason. Okay, but you could kind of look at it as in fourths except C goes to E. I haven't figured out why that is. It just is. So let's take the last segment here. Now we've kind of covered this chart. We got it pretty much nailed. From top to bottom, we have the roots of all of the modals. So we have the root major. Okay, we got the Dorian minor arpeggio root Phrygian here, 1 2 3 3 5 7 3 5 7, exact repeat of what's underneath. It's just a little bit different shaped up here. The fourth, we have the fourth major, we have the fifth major, we have the sixth major. This is what's in this particular fretboard. All these line up, so you see 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 all the way down. It's all lined up. The second fretboard here, we have only the Ionian and Dorian, but because we're only doing 2 of the modes on one fretboard, we can do all 3 inversions. So for Ionian, it starts, we have the root inversion all the way up, root 3 5, root 3 5. We got the first inversion, 3 5 root, 3 5 root, and we have the second inversion on this fretboard, 5 root 3, 5 root 3 into the D shape. Remember, the shape changes up here. We have the Dorian with that. Okay, we have the Dorian root 2 4 6 2 4 6 into the staircase. We have the first inversion Dorian, which is 4 6 2 4 6 2. And then we have second inversion Dorian starting on the 6 6 2 4 6 2 4. Okay, this is kind of a funny shaped one, isn't it? 6 2 4, second inversion 6 2 4. There's your Dorian minor, your D minor right there. Next keyboard up is the first inversion of all of them. So root would start on the 3, right? I'm not sure it goes up that high, but root 5th, third root 5, making an E shape there. Not an E shape, sorry. Those are for the minors. So 3 root 5. You look at this. You look at the box here, and you see that this is D-shaped root. Okay, so this 3 5. It's a little misleading because in this box right here, okay, it's D-shaped. You wouldn't think it's D-shaped. Because for D-shaped root, you'd be thinking like, hey, aren't I not looking at 5 root 3? Isn't that my D shape? See, this is what's important to realize. That part of the D shape is down here. There's funny things that are going on in this tri-pentatonic box. Most people when they play a D are going to, this would be way up here, or they're going to bar, they're going to bar here. Or actually, the more experienced players, they'll just play these top 3 here. So they'll like bar they'll do a little mini bar here and then just hit the, something like that. There's a nice C major 7th. Anyway. On that fretboard, we have the first inversion, okay, of everything. So there's the first inversion of the root, first inversion of the Dorian, First inversion of the Phrygian right here, the whole thing. And this has the labels then. So third would be an E minor shaped. Okay, all E minor shaped in first inversion, or all G minor shaped up top. Or not up top, but it's noteworthy to recognize a E minor shape here, 3/6 root. That's why I put it there, and then to recognize the G, the quality of the G up here, which is the root and the third, you know, the note underneath. Next is the Phrygian Lydian fretboard. These aren't in any real particular order. I'm just showing you that. So this is all three inversions. See, remember the one that we were just talking about was first inversion for all of them. This is all three inversions for just the Phrygian and the Lydian, the third and the fourth. All right, and same thing as we move on. The second inversion for all of them, and then just the Vixolydian and Aeolian, all three inversions. So remember, this is only the second inversion for all of them. So that's what's going on with this fretboard. One more time, we've got the root for all of them, the first inversion for all of them, and the second inversion for all of them, and then I have in between those just the three inversions for Dorian and Ionian, plus the seventh gives you the Locrian, the three inversions for Phrygian and Lydian, and the three inversions for Vixolydian and Aeolian. So it's nice. And you know, another thing we used to be able to do a little bit of what we were talking about, using these charts maybe to kind of get into changes, different modes. So if you start like a root here, you start like on this root here in the Aeolian, you know, you're doing something like to this R, and then if you switch down and just go to the same note down here on a different fretboard, you can go into an F from there, right? So that would be a C to that F1. All right, and if you want to go to a different one, you can, you know, find another R, like this R, but it's the same R, right? So you just look at it as part of the root again. All right, and then from the 3 you can go to the 4 again, right? So the 4, 6 root. So now we're on the 4. Oh, go ahead, look for another 4. So rather than zoom in around, you know, so I can free up my hands. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. You can use it like that if you want to kind of, you know, just try to put a melody together using these. I haven't been doing that much, so I'm just not feeling very creative right now. But that's the gist of what's going on with this particular chart. The chart before it is interesting. It's worth mentioning a few of these things. This was a study where I realized that the G minor and the C minor was something I couldn't play. I just couldn't rattle one off. I mean, when I want to do my modals here, I want to play something like this. And you could do that in C. It's like, remember, it's going to be slower. Couldn't get the G minor required to do that in the different modes. It's okay in C there. The only hard one in C is the B half diminished, right? That's the only hard one to hit there. But when you get into the A cage, right, from A, D minor becomes a C minor, and that's where you have to play a C minor there.